Good morning friends, welcome back to Panika Tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss in detail about method overloading. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. Method overloading allows different methods can have the same name but different signatures. Look at here. Overloading allows different methods to have the same name but different signatures. What is the meaning? I will discuss for you. Let's take that I am defining a method called sum. Here I am taking two parameters or arguments and I am writing a statement called return a plus b. Similarly, I am defining another method called sum and I am passing three parameters or arguments. Here, if I write return any statement, I am writing return a plus b plus c. Now look at here, this is method number 1 and this is method number 2. Now both these methods have the same name called sum, but the number of arguments are different because here two arguments are there, here three arguments are there. So this concept we'll call it as overloading. Not only 2-3 methods, it can be different type also. Suppose let's take that here a and b are the integers. Suppose let's take that here I am writing only a comma b, and if I am taking this as an int, this is a float, or these are the two float, like this also it is possible. Meaning is that number of arguments can be different, or the argument types also can be different, or both. Is it clear? The number of arguments can be different and the type also can be different. I hope it is clear for you. Now my question for you, does method overloading is supported in Python or not? Obviously, it cannot be supported directly in the Python. Now let me discuss how it will not support. Let me discuss with a simple example. Let me create a class called student. Okay. Inside this class, I am defining two methods. Let me define sum, okay, having three parameters. Obviously, you know that you have to give the self, and then giving a comma b. Okay, I am writing a statement called return a plus b. I want to compute the a plus b, and that value it should be written. Similarly, let's take that I am defining another method called sum. This time I am passing self a comma b comma c as a parameter, and here what I want to do is that I want to return a plus b plus c. Now let's take that I am creating an object called s1 for the class called student. Now using this object I can invoke the method sum and sum of the class. Suppose let's take that I am writing, let me write print s1 dot sum. I am passing 10 comma 20. Is it clear? Similarly, I am writing print s1 dot sum 10 comma 20 comma 30. Look at here. Lot of people will think that those who came from C++ and Java, they will say that this statement will give you the output as 30 and this statement will give you the output as 60. Am I right? But however, in Python, this statement will give you an error. This statement will give you an error. Is it clear? But this one will give you the output as 60. Look at here, why it will give an error. But obviously, if you write both the statements, obviously you will get an error. This will be not given as an output. What is the meaning of that? You will get an error. And that error also, it will say sum need C which is not defined, because what it is actually happening, when you are defining two methods of same name inside a class or anywhere, what will actually happen is that it will overwrite this one. So this one will not be there. You have already written sum and then again you are defining sum. So this one will be overwritten by this one. So the compiler will think that only this method is there. So if you are calling sum method by passing two parameters, it is expecting three parameters here, a comma b comma c. Obviously self is nothing but your object name. Okay, so this will give an error for you. Suppose let's take that I have erased this one, and if I have written only this statement, print s1 dot sum 10 comma 20 comma 30, obviously it will give you the output as 60. So what is my point here is that in Python, method overloading is not supported directly. Now, what is the way? Indirectly we can do it. How we can do it? Let me discuss for you. Let me take a class called student. I am defining a method called sum, okay, and I am writing self comma a comma b, okay. Then you know that if I write return a plus b, this will return the value. Now if I am defining an object called s1 of student class, okay, and if I write print s1 dot sum 10 comma 20, this will give you an output called 30. Am I right or wrong? But similarly, if I write print s1 dot sum 10 comma 20 comma 30, now it will give an error for you because you have passing more number of arguments, but here it can take 3 arguments, which first one is by default it will be an object, and second 2 are the values of the a and b. Now how can I overload this one? So how we can do is that we have discussed already about the types of arguments. There I have discussed about the default arguments. If you know the default arguments, then you can easily understand this concept. What is the default argument? If you, let's take that, let me modify like this one. If I write b is equal to 20 by default, if I, let me erase this one, then you will understand. If I write, okay, if I write sum like this, meaning is that s1 dot sum of 10, only one value I am passing, then a will get the value 10. By default b is having the value 20, so return it will 10 plus 20, this will give you the output as 30. Suppose let's take that you have written 10 comma 10, and then you are trying to print it, then a will get the 10 and b will also get the 10. In this scenario it will give you the output as 20. So this is the meaning of the default argument. Suppose look at here, now you are achieving the overloading. Am I right? s1 dot sum 10. Now two different methods, sum and sum, because they, why I am saying they are different methods even with the same name, because here it is having only one parameter, here it is having 2 parameters. So you are achieving the overloading, method overloading. Am I right or wrong? Let me write a generalized program, okay. Whatever the values user is giving, it has to perform, okay. Let me take a class called student. I am defining a method called sum self, okay, a is equal to none, default value I am giving it as none, b is equal to none, and c is equal to none, okay. I hope it is visible for you. See, it should be a single line. It should be actually written as def, name of the method as sum. I am passing self will be obviously the basic parameter, and then I am writing a is equal to none, comma b is equal to none, comma c is equal to none. I am writing, okay. So I am giving the default arguments. So by default a will be having the value none, b is also having the value none, c is also having the value none. That is the meaning of this statement. Let me write a variable called s is equal to 0, and then I am checking condition. If a not equal to none, logical, and b not equal to none, logical, and c not equal to none, okay, then what you want to do? You want to write S is equal to A plus B plus C. Meaning is that if user is providing A value, B value, C value, then obviously A will not be equal to none, B not equal to none, and C not equal to none. In that case, what you are storing, sum is equal to, or S is equal to A plus B plus C. Else if, suppose let's take that user is only providing two arguments, means A value and B value. Then what you want to do, you want to verify A not equal to none, logical AND, B not equal to none. Okay, in this case what you want to do, S is equal to A plus B only. So if user is providing three arguments, then it will be computing A plus B plus C. If user is only providing two arguments, then A plus B only will be performed. Else, suppose let's take that user is providing only one argument, then I want to store it as S is equal to A. I hope it is visible for you. Then finally I will return, okay, I will return S, okay, S value I am returning. I hope it is visible for you, okay. If not, you can write it. Now let me create an object for this class called student. Let me create an object called S1. S1 is equal to student is a class. Then I am writing a statement called print S1 dot sum 10, 20, 30. Similarly, I am writing print S1 dot sum 10, 20. Similarly, I am writing a statement called print S1 dot sum only 10. Is it clear? Now look at here. Now what we are doing, we have the different methods called having the same name but different number of arguments. Here you have 3 arguments, here you have 2 arguments, here you have 1 argument. So we have achieved the method overloading. When we can say that we have achieved, if all these 3 statements are giving the output. If there is giving an error, then still we have not achieved. What is the meaning of overloading? Overloading allows different methods to have the same name, sum, but different signatures. Different signatures can be different number of arguments or different types of arguments or both. Okay. Now look at here. If I execute the statement called print s1.sum, then this one will be invoked. Now by default A is having the value none, B is having the none, C is having the none. But you are passing 10, 20, 30. So A will get the value 10, B will get the value 20, C will get the value 30. Okay. Now S is equal to 0. If A not equal to none, yes, 10 is not equal to none, the condition is true. So this is true. Logical AND. B 20, 20 not equal to none, that is also condition is true. Logical AND. C not equal to none, 30 not equal to none. So this is also true. True, logical AND, true, and logical. True. So entire condition will be true. So this statement will be executed. S is equal to A plus B plus C. 10 plus 20 plus 30, which will be 60. That you are returning. So yes. So you will get an output here as 60. Now come to this statement. S1.sum, you have passing two values 10, 20. So A is having the value 10 and B is having the value 20. By default, C will get the value as none. Now look at here. A not equal to none. Yes, this is true because 10 is not equal to none. B not equal to none. This is also true because 20 not equal to none. Logical AND. C is what? None. None not equal to none? No, this condition is false. So as you are using a logical AND, if all the 3 conditions are true, then only the final result will be true. But as this one is false, so this entire condition will be false. So it will come to the else if block. Here look at here. A not equal to none. 10 not equal to none. The condition is true. Logical AND. B not equal to none. 20 not equal to none. So this is also true. Now true, logical and true. So entire condition will be true. So S is equal to A plus B. 10 plus 20. This one having the 30. that value you are returning. So here you will get the output as 30. I hope it is clear for you. Okay. Now look at here. Coming to the statement, sum is equal to 10. So A will have the value 10, B and C will have the default values as none. Then this condition will be false, this condition will be false, so it will come to the else block. S is equal to A, only S will have the value 10. So return yes, so you will get the output as 10. So this is the meaning of method overloading. I hope it is clear for you. For better understanding, whatever the programs I have discussed, all these things I will execute in the Jupyter Notebook. First, let me define a class called student. Inside the class, I am defining a method called sum. It is taking three arguments called self, comma, a, comma, b. Okay. Then I want to write a statement called return a plus b. So it will compute the a plus b and it will return. Now I am defining another function with same name called self with different signature, meaning is that we are having different number of arguments, meaning is that the number of arguments are different. Here it is 3, here it is 4. Now what I am doing is that I am returning a plus b plus c. Okay. Now if I create an object for the class and if I write a statement called print s1 dot sum, I am passing 10 comma 20. Okay. And then I am printing another statement called s1 dot sum 10 comma 20 comma 30. Then what lot of students will think is that as you have created an object for the class and you are trying to access the methods called sum using the object, this is absolutely fine, and it will take the value 10 and 20 and it will return 30, and here it will return the value as 60. That is what you will guess, but this is absolutely wrong. Okay, if you want to verify, let me run it. See, you are getting an error called type error where it is saying that method sum is missing one required positional argument c. Why it is actually happening is that you are defining two methods with the same name in a single class. Then what will happen is that this method will override this method. So first method will be not there, the second method only will be there. So if you are calling some 10 comma 20, that's why it is giving an error. Suppose let's take that if I return a value 5 here, then you will get the output as 35 and 60. Okay, look at here, you are getting the output as 35 and 60. But if I remove the third argument, then it will create an error. If I remove the statement also, absolutely fine, it will give the output as 60. So what is happening is that inside the same class, if you are defining two methods with same name with a different number of arguments, what is the second method you are defining? That will be overwriting the first method. Okay, so this is the issue with the Python. Now let me discuss how can we achieve the method overloading. So what I will do is that I will define a class called student. Okay. Now inside the student class, I will define a method called sum. It will take three arguments, not three, four arguments. Let me take it. One is self, and I will take a default arguments called A, B, C. See, already when I have discussed about the types of arguments, there I have discussed about the default arguments. So A and B comma C, if you pass a value, then it will consider it. If it does not pass any value, then it will consider the default value as none. Let me take a variable called s and I will assign the value is equal to 0. Now I will write an if condition. If A not equal to none, logical end, B not equal to none, logical end, C not equal to none, then what I want to do, I want to compute a plus b plus c, and that value I want to store in a variable called s. Else if. Okay, let's take that your first if condition is false. What is the second condition I want to verify is if a not equal to none, b not equal to none, c some value is there. In that case, what I want to do is that I want to perform s is equal to a plus b. Even this condition is also false. I want to write a statement called s is equal to a. That s value I want to return. Okay. Now what I will do, I will create an object called S1, any object you can create for the class called student. Then I will write three print statements. First print statement is S1 dot sum. I will pass the value as 10, 20, 30. Okay. Similarly, I am writing another print statement by calling the method called s1 with the help of object called s1. Here I'm only passing two arguments such as 10 and 20. Then I'm writing print s1 dot sum. I will pass the only variable 10. Now in this case, lot of people will think that, sir, in the last program you have discussed it is giving an error. Now it will not give any error. You will get an output as 60 here. Here you will get the output as 30. Here you will get the output as 10. For your better understanding, let me run the program. See, we are getting the output as 60, 30, 10. Why it is actually happening? Now look at this function method called sum. So you are calling method called sum using then object called s1. Then control will go here. A value will become 10. Okay, a value will be assigning 10, b value will be 20, and c value will be 30. Is it clear? So if you're assigning values, then those values will come. If you are not assigning any value, then default value none will come. Now look at here, 10 not equal to none, 20 not equal to none, 30 not equal to none. So this condition is true. So s is equal to 10 plus 20 plus 30, which is 60, will be storing in the variable called s that you are returning. So that's why you're getting the output as 60. Come to this print statement. You are passing only two values. So a will be having the value 10, b will have the value 20, c will have the default value none. So in this case, this condition will be false. However, this condition will be true. Okay, so that's why s is equal to a plus b. 10 plus 20 will be 30. So return 30. So 30, you will get it as an output. In this case, sum 10. A will be having the value 10, B will and C will have the value as none. So these two conditions will be false. S block will be executed. So S will consist of only 10. That value you are returning. So that's why you're getting the output as 10. I hope you have understood how the method overloading can be achieved in Python using the default arguments. Still, if you have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.